I'm Renier Brentjens. I'm the Chair of Medicine and the Deputy Director at Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center. I'm here today to discuss the exciting work that we're doing here at Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center, developing the next generation of cell therapies for cancer using what we call CAR T cells. To develop new cancer therapies, you need specialized facilities to do this. These specialized facilities, we call it a GMP facility, which is Good Manufacturing Practice facility, is one that allows our researchers in the laboratory to develop these new drugs or these new cancer-targeted cells or CAR T cells. And what's exciting for Roswell Park is that over the last 3 years since I've been here, we've actually expanded our capacity to move this potentially life-saving technology from the laboratory into the clinic and potentially benefit our patients here at Roswell Park. For years, we've been developing this CAR T cell therapy, and very fortunately, this is a technology wherein we genetically re-educate a patient's own immune system to recognize their cancer. This has been successful in a variety of blood cancers like leukemias and lymphomas and even multiple myeloma more recently. And actually, it's technology that's been FDA approved, and so patients all around the world can now benefit from this. What we found out, however, for a variety of very complicated reasons, is that while it seems to work extremely well in patients with blood cancers, patients with more common tumors, solid tumors, like colon cancer, breast cancer, prostate cancer, pancreas, you name it, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done in the laboratory to engineer or re-educate these cells to be able to tackle these more complicated tumors as well. And that's work that's being done in our laboratories here at Roswell Park. We anticipate in the next 6 months, maybe 12, but hopefully 6, to open up our first trial. And this is a trial where we'll be focusing still on blood cancers, including acute myelogenous leukemia, as well as using this technology platform to address some of the toxicities that patients get with bone marrow transplant. In the next 12 to 18 months, we're very excited about the first 2 solid tumor CAR T cell clinical trials that we anticipate opening up at Roswell Park, targeting children and adults with a type of sarcoma called osteosarcoma. Very excited about targeting patients with small cell lung cancer, which again is a very aggressive tumor that if not caught early is very, very difficult to treat. An additional trial, which we're also very excited about, is for patients with ovarian cancer, and that too is a trial that we hope to open up in the next 12 months. CAR T cell therapy is still, even though it seems like I spent my entire career working on it, is still is a technology that's still very much in its infancy. And in fact, there are really only a handful of academic institutions and cancer centers that have the capacity to move this technology from the laboratory to the patient bedside. Roswell Park has now become one of those premier centers where this technology is available. We actually envision a much more comprehensive program where we not only develop our own technology in our own laboratories, which we're very excited about, but we're also going to be collaborating with other institutions to open additional trials, and as well working with pharmaceutical companies and small biotechnology companies that have great ideas and will look to us to be able to facilitate moving that technology into the clinic. It's a very complex process. Obviously, there's still much work to be done to optimize this therapy in blood cancers, as there is a lot more work to be done with solid tumors. And that work will require clinical trials using novel platforms and ideas based on this technology. We here at Roswell not only provide our patients with the specialized care needed to provide these FDA-approved drugs already for lymphomas, leukemias, and multiple myelomas, but we are also at the cutting edge of next-generation clinical trials wherein we look at novel targets and we look at novel constructs. And so even if your patient has relapsed, unfortunately, after a CAR T cell or immune-based therapy, we have next-generation trials that are available. And I would encourage you to contact us to find out which trials are available as we expand our portfolio beyond blood cancers into solid tumor malignancies.